Hi, my name is Ben, Apfel Doctor Germany. Hello and welcome to the Micro Soldering Show. And today we got an hardly bent iPhone 6 broken board. You see it's in two parts and it came in for their rescue. So let's just get out the board and just give you on hands so you can see what I do. I already prepared a swap board. You see it here. And I just want to see if the value is good because I didn't check after I just prepared it. So we got no short, that's nice. And let's just check. We are about, and that's nice, 10 milliamps without CPU and without NAND. So I just take a short snap for Instagram. Okay, so this board is good. Okay, this board is good. And now we just need to get out the board here. And then, then we just need to see if we can get the data out of this phone, because data are really important for the customer. And and we want to get out the data. The phone is hardly bent, so we hope that CPU area and NAND area is okay, but normally on this band it's just perfect for using it at a swap normally. So let's see. Get it out here. And I think it looks good. Okay? Just another. I did a phone like this some weeks ago and it looked almost the same. It was no problem. So, okay. We just go under the, or let us stay on hands, because we first take off the shield on the top. And after that we go under the microscope and we take out the CPU. In this video I don't want to separate the RAM, I just want to get it off at once without shorting the RAM. So we will see if it works. If not, we have to separate later. Normally you can't give 100%, but we want to save time, okay? In this case it's only the rescue. When we get out the CPU without shorting the RAM, it's a really fast job. We just get out the CPU, get out the NAND, taking the logic EEPROM data, and then we have a complete swap device which should work. We don't take the baseband, we don't take the baseband logic data, because we don't want a fully working device, we just want the data. And you see it's nice, this RAM is upside down. Okay, so let's just go under the microscope, close the on hands, and let's just get out the underfill at the sides. And he already said, oh, don't short the RAM, don't short the RAM. Because these are things that can happen when you take out the CPU. It's always like, what's lotto? Lottery, like playing lottery. So you can't have a 100% solution to take out the CPU on A8 and A9 without shorting the RAM. So normally, for preventing this, we separate RAM and CPU but it really takes more time. So I don't want to do it now at first, because if it doesn't work, I can do this later. It's not a problem at all. So I don't care about the parts at the side. So if these caps flew away, it's no problem. They can do as they want, because I just need the data out of this phone, out of this board, because the rest I just don't need. So when we work without preheat, it's normally no problem to get out a CPU, but then we have to separate. That's of course why I use preheater in this video, to take out the CPU, because I want to place the heat directly under the CPU and don't affect the RAM. And we have to go really fast. So we got out the NAND. Lay the NAND here, and now we just try to get out the CPU as fast as possible. And it's really hard because okay. So let's try to get out this CPU in a really fast and quick way without fucking up the RAM. Okay. Okay, let's go. Just want to get out the CPU as fast as possible. Okay, let's go. Okay, I just heated it up a little bit. Just heat up a little bit, and now I just put more under heat and wait the time. I just heat it up slowly, because I don't want to fuck up the RAM. So we just need to wait a little bit for the preheater. So preheater goes up. So please understand, I just need a little time. When I now use too much hot air, too much heat, too much air, I just get a high risk for shorting the RAM. And the RAM is really sensitive on A8 and A9. So I want to prevent a short on the RAM. So I use more preheat and less hot air, less heat from the top, and so I just prevent eventually that I get problems with the RAM. Okay, so I just heated up the board a little bit. And now we have to wait. Now we just have to wait. I don't care about the rest of the board. That's not a problem. So, but here it's not about the speed. It's just about waiting some time. And after that, getting out the CPU as fast as possible. I did it in several ways in the past. I already did it with the same temperature setup I had before to heating up, for taking out the CPU, and it just worked. But I had cases where after that the RAM was shorted and I had to replace the RAM. And today I don't like to do that. Yesterday I only did A9 and I can't see anymore these separated RAMs. I don't want. Oh, das war ich, dann habe ich nicht gesehen. So, now we just try to get out the CPU. Fast with the air. Fast with the air. Don't overheat. Just a little bit more of airflow. I think could be better with a little bit more of airflow. So you see, I'm really carefully to getting out that CPU. Okay, and we got no lost pads. It all looks good. So down with the preheater. And now I just clean one time the board. Just fast. You can see there are some loose parts because of much preheat we used, but that's not a problem at all. So one time fast cleaning, because I just want to check if I get some logic data out of it. Okay, so now we can just clean the CPU. After that, clean the NAND. Take the logic ROM data, reball all the parts, and then just solder it down to another board. So the clue under the 6S CPU is just a little bit harder than on the others. The A9 is not as hard as the A8, and starting by A10 it's really no problem at all. But here we just have to take a close look to be carefully not damaging the surface. This is what I saw on like I said before, there's just at one point a little bit of this surface missing, but we can cover it here. It's no problem at all. But you see there's really a lot of this underfill here, so we have to clean it carefully. We really have to clean it carefully. Andy, what about you? Andy doesn't like his work today. He has a lot of bad faults. Carefully, carefully, carefully. It's only one point where we have to cover at the moment. And you see the glue is really bad on this. So sometimes you have A8s with terrible, really terrible glue. And this is one of them. And you have to get it off without any pressure and without scraping. And that's really hard here. On an A10 we had already finished. And remember that we can't use too much heat. And it's getting better, like you see. 2 points where we have to cover, but not bad at all. One time here, one time here. And here the surface is getting off. So now just slightly scrape, and only on the top, only the glue, nothing more. Okay, done. And now we have to cover a small bit. take it away because I don't like it. It was too much. That's much better. And much better. Okay, I just use the UV light here. Okay, see, it's really, you need to use such a small amount of UV here, and it's like a big plop when you put it on. Here, just some more. And again, UV light. It's nice or not? Okay, just use UV light to seal, and then just again a little bit here, and you see how fast this coating goes away, and we didn't use much heat. Really not. Okay, looks good, so we can seal it. Wait a short time and then we can just do the reball. Oh, I need toilet paper. Has anybody here? So, what do we need to do now? It's just... Thanks. Just scraping free them points. Okay. So we need same size balls later here. We just have to get them free. Okay, I think it looks good. So we can just take it out and then we have a look from the side to see if the RAM is okay. Just scrape the glue away on the side. And then we can have a look, and after that we can do measurement. And we know if the RAM is shorted or not. No bolts coming out here. No bolts coming out here. Nothing. Nothing. So I think it looks good. Just open ZXW. Take the iPhone 6. So, and then we can have a look for one V8 SD RAM. So it's the fourth on this side from the top. Can I get the fluke? Ah, I got it here. I thought Andy has it, but he don't have it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got no short. Here it works. And what about the 1v1? Sorry, 1v2 we are at the iPhone 6 and it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. So, okay, and here we should have ground. Okay, so we got no short on the RAM. That's nice. And now we can just do the reball of the CPU. Hallo. Kleiner Moment, gell? So I just need the right stencil for doing that. iPhone 6, iPhone 6. Here we go. Here we are, iPhone 6 RAM A8. Okay. Liegt hier. Da, das Grüne. Grüne eingepackt. So. Now we just need to use the stencil. As you see. And we just need some paste. I never used this paste before for reballing. It's a 138 and I only use it because it's a data rescue and I won't prevent any damages by using too much heat. Okay, so I just try to low down the temperatures as good as I can. But I don't have any experience with this paste. So I hope it will work. Otherwise, I have another one with which I already worked. This paste here I got from Union Repair. They just sponsored it and I should test it. It's their own solder paste, 138. And we will see now if it works for that job, okay? So I just do it slowly because I have no experience with that paste and I don't know how it reacts when I blow the hot air to it. So I think for the first time using this paste it looks not bad at all. It's okay. And now because it's 1:38 I think we should wait some seconds and just get a small amount of flux in it and do reflow. And I don't want to use the heat too long or too much, so just go, 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 go. I asked myself while using this paste in the video, why do you do that, Ben? You don't have any experience with that. So I used a lot of other pastes like the PPD Pro 138 or things like that for data rescues, but never this one, okay? It's the tool S260 138 and I don't have any experience with that. I just don't know if it's the same or not, but for me, from the size of the balls and the amount of flux in the paste, it's just different to the PPD 138. So, and I think it looks good. I think we did a good job. So now we can just one more time reflow our work on the CPU. Just get the flux everywhere. Okay. And now just reset the balls. And I think that looks pretty nice. Didn't take any photos of this repair until now. Or did I? I don't know. I think not. Okay, let's just cool down because it's low melt solder and I don't want to risk anything here. So just let it cool down. And now we just go through the NAND. Okay, just clean the NAND slightly, use some hot air and your glue removing tool to just remove the glue on the NAND. For me, I really like clean work, so I want to see clean surfaces. Clean pads, clean ICs, things like that. Can you please close the door, Andy? So, Now we just clean the NAND around one time with a knife. And we can do the reball. So I just take, you got some, okay, I take this paste, that should be 138. Well, Andy, please give me a little bit of 183, just a little amount. So for the NAND, I take 183. Thanks, bro. So for that, I don't need to use low melt. So, and now just take off the stencil and just go up with the temperature, because I can't use such a small amount for reballing the NAND with 183 as I used for the CPU with 138. Okay, we are done. Just wait a short time, and then while these things are cooling here, I just take the JC Pro 1000S. I just clean up the broken board here with a little bit of contact cleaner. So let's see if we can get the data out of this phone, the logic ROM data. So 6 plus. I just need to orientate here. Okay, logic. Okay, that's the wrong. I just took the baseband module. I just need this one, the logic module. Okay. And now 6 plus. Just wait a second. Okay. Should be okay, should be in that way. Let's see if we can get something out of this board. Switch to logic. So my new board doesn't work with that. Okay. What about my old board? Okay, let's see for the logic ROM on the iPhone 6. So the SCL AP to I to C SCL. So we just take it out. It's no problem. I just wanted to prevent a takeout. Oh, what's that? I think it was connected now. Okay. Okay, it says motherboard short circuit. And the problem is that on my new board, on the board I want to use for swap, it just won't connect the EEPROM. So it's no problem at all. We just take the EEPROM out. It's just next, beside, under that. I almost forgot where it is. I wanted to have a look on ZXW, but then I remembered I did so many of these already. So, but long time not. Really long time. No A8 swap. It's time ago. Some weeks. So, I just need to cut off this. I showed to you under the microscope where the RAM sits. Okay. Here you see the logic ROM, and it's fine, and that's pretty nice because we need it. And here on the swap board. So at first we just get some flux on it here. So it's done fast, so no problem if it just won't read the logic. You can just do that by hand. But it's important, do it before you solder down the CPU with low melt, because if you use heat after that, you got cold solder on the CPU and you don't want it. And don't use too much airspeed, too much airflow. Okay, took it out, and now just use the brush. Clean, clean. Looks okay, I think. Now I put it in the holder to just work better on it. So, and now just have a look that you get the logic ROM straight away from one to the other board. So I just clean a little bit to see better, and then just work fast and safe, because if it goes away, it's away and the data are gone. And you see, today I don't have a really good hand for doing that because I'm just zittering. I don't know in English. You see? My hand is not still enough today. I don't know why. But you have some days where it's just like that. Okay. Just get in some flux, and after that just slightly try to get the logic ROM where it has to be. Ooh. Just go there, baby. Okay. You saw sometimes it's not as easy on normal things like that. Okay, so we are done. Let's try to see if the JC wants to read it. It's right connected, but just for me to see, sometimes the module won't work like it should. No, it just won't work. I don't know why at the moment. Because the 6S worked before. but the 6 just doesn't work. I don't know why. Ah, now. Now it said short time, okay, chip detected, so it's just grab this module. For 6S okay, but for 6 often doesn't work, but you can take the logic ROM with, it's no problem. Here we are. Okay. Now just get in some flux. Move away the dirt here. Take the NAND. Get the bigger nozzle because we need it in a minute for the CPU. So we can use it here too, it's no problem. Oh, it's a long video, about 45 minutes. But we had to cover some solder mask under the CPU. Get out the logic ROM, transplantate it. Normally it's a little bit faster. Okay, you saw. Oh, see, today my hand is really word. It's just not still enough. Okay, it's on. Just cool down short time. And then just directly go to the preheater. And now I just use a little bit of preheat and really less of hot air for the top. Okay, I don't want to use too much. So just have a look. Okay, this looks really good, I think. So I just don't need to clean it and put flux on the board, because we have the flux on the CPU directly. I want to take a picture, but it just won't work. So let's see if we see any dirt. Let's clean the CPU. Then take a picture. And after that, just get some flux on the board. Normally I just use the flux from the CPU, but I don't have any pictures of this repair right now, or of this data rescue job, and I want to have some. Okay, looks good. Just use some air. Okay. Here, looks good. Looks really good. So, now just place the CPU here. Hello. Just in the video, bro. Okay. So, place the CPU here and take a picture of the CPU. So, and now we just need to solder down the CPU on that board. So, we just need to use a clean room wipe. So, and just clean one time the board. Have a look that all the pads are really clean. Have a look that the board is really clean, all the pads are really clean. And then you can just so And now just get some flux on the board. And you can sit down the CPU to the board. So, looks, oh, did you see? I just made a failure because it's an upside down RAM. It's an upside down RAM, so you have to look for the A1. So I think it looks good. So now we can just use some small amount of hot air and try to get down the CPU. So let's go. Bis gleich. Just go by just soldering down the CPU with a really low temperature, just some more airflow. And you see it's already done. I never used this paste before. And just wait for cooling down. Just put it straight under the dust absorber. Okay. And let's see. And it's flat, like you see. It's really, you see the board when you have a look from the side, but I just want to wait a short second because I don't know how fast it cools down. I think it should be okay. Just need to take some contact cleaner to my wipe. And you see the balls? They really look good. This one on the side of the RAM is not solder out of the RAM, it's just solder which was sticking at the side and it's next beside to the glue. But we tested the RAM and we got no short. So now we just use a power cable to test, and this looks like a boot, I think. Okay, it goes up. Yeah, looks like a boot. Okay, let's see. Let's see if it looks like a boot or not. Andy, can you please give me an iPhone 6 test screen? Would be great. So we got no short on the RAM. That's what I can say, corresponding to the value on the power supply. Thank you, bro. But now I want to see if we got a boot or not. So, get it to the power supply. And just do a boot. And BOOM! Back to life again. You see it, iPhone 6A8 board swap, just about 55 minutes, bad time, but without separating the RAM, by using some low melt, by using temperature from the bottom, to just place the heat directly under the CPU while doing this job, okay? And that's all. That's really the secret of doing these jobs. And the apple is still glowing, so it's not a problem at all. For me it was a nice job now, because I don't have to separate the RAM after this. Yeah, often when you do a job like this, or sometimes, you are really carefully and really have a look that all is working fine, and sometimes the RAM got a short after this work, and then you stay there and you see, oh, the power supply is jumping about 1 amp and the RAM is getting hot, and then you have to take the CPU down again, then you have to separate the RAM, then you have to reball the CPU side of the RAM on the CPU, then you have to get a new RAM, because normally then I use a new RAM, reball it with a low melt, reball the CPU with 183, reball the RAM with 138, and it's going on. The apple just glows in another color. The only cause why I switch from the enhance is because of the lags. So you see here, it just works, and we can now see the phone is fully working. Yeah, it's just fully working. It's just the device where we swapped. You see it, it's upside down, CPU and RAM. So I think, you see, when I talk now, it's just a lag, and that's the cause why I deactivate the enhance and put me bigger. Okay, you saw it. It was a great job. I think customer will be happy because he has the important data. iPhone 6A8 board swap without separating the RAM. Boom! Back to life again. If you want to learn things like that, you can do it easily at the Bottler Repair School Germany. If you're working at the repair industry for smartphones and tablets, just join our Facebook group, Smartphone Repair Group Germany. I'm out, yours Ben. Boom, boom, boom! Back to life again, baby.